everyone. Happy Taurus New Moon Day. I wanted to come on here really quickly and just share just a little piece of a message that I received. As we all know, we just had the solar eclipse last night, and at the same time, well, in the same time like era, right? Because just a few hours later, we had the new moon that actually transitioned from Aries into Taurus. So today is the 20th. So now we are officially in the moon energy of Taurus. We all know that Taurus represents the bull, so confidence. People say stubbornness, but I think it could be a great thing, especially if you've been in a period of just kind of feeling stagnant and not necessarily knowing how to move. So, in the energy of talking about, like, stagnation, and also the new moon, because we know that the new moon brings in new beginnings, I wanted to quickly share a message that I received that I think would be helpful to the collective, because it really did open up my eyes to something that I was really missing. So, I was talking to my spirit team about, just things that I could do to improve my growth, stay on my highest path for my highest good. And one of the things that jumped out for me was to give an apology. Immediately triggered the fuck out of me because I'm like, excuse me, like who do I need to apologize for it? Or who do I need to apologize to? I didn't feel like there was anything, necessarily that I needed to apologize for. Um, and what I realized was I was in the midst of working on releasing a lot of grief and a lot of anger. And so, yeah, apology really did trigger the fuck out of me. And it made me feel like, what? Like, people owe me apologies, like, what do you mean? But Spirit was very clear when they said this to me. They said, show them who we are. They know who you are, but do you really know who you are? Like, show them who we are. It's not about, what you feel like you deserve or what you feel like somebody should give to you, because at the end of the day, and at the beginning of the day, we can all only do the best that we can, right? So I feel like as a person, or as people, as a collective who has continuously been on this journey of growth, of self-discovery and self-awareness, sometimes that's what being the bigger person is. It's not necessarily, like, just extending your boundaries to the point where you aren't okay, but it is extending them a little bit to the point where it's like you're giving grace to people because you understand the point that they're at in their own personal spiritual journey. And I think a lot of times when we are on this journey, and we start to see things from people that are around us that trigger us, we're very quick to be like, nope, cut off, like, and just kind of X things out and just push people to the side, when at the end of the day, that's the reason why a lot of us ended up in the position that we were in, because somebody was like, nope, that's too much, I already dealt with that. We didn't know it at the time, but we could have been triggering other people, and they felt like, that's too much, I've dealt with this already, I'm not dealing with this again, and they pushed us to the side. So Spirit just really wanted to remind us that it's really bigger than us. It's way bigger than our own individual journeys, because people are looking at us as influential figures. People are also just looking at our day-to-day, people that know us closely, they're looking at our day-to-day lives. And it's not about, trying super hard to be somebody that you're not, or it's not about trying to fit an image, but it is about being respectful about your craft, and being respectful about your journey, because you can't talk, about, finding your light and love this and that, and then at the same time you're quick to just, like, cut people off and throw them into the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair. Everybody deserves that grace. Everybody deserves an opportunity. Now, clearly, I'm not talking about people that, are just going out their way to be malicious and do things, against your highest good, and doing things that are bringing you, like, just malevolent things. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about are people who are usually like agreeable. They are open to talk, or the issue is not that serious. It's probably something petty or something where it's like after a couple years you probably won't care about it. Those type of things are what Spirit was talking about. Don't be so quick to count people out, because remember the times when people counted you out. And it's not necessarily about showing your ass all the time. I know sometimes it could feel good to be like, no, I'm gonna just show you how I really feel, but at the end of the day, you're also taking on more baggage, because every time you decide to act in that way, it's like, okay, now you're adding another layer. That's another day. Okay, now you're gonna add another. So it's no point. It's actually kind of working backwards. So it really goes along with the theme of just letting go and releasing anger, releasing that grief. And I do believe that when we come into cohesion, when we come back into communion with these people, I do believe we'll see a brighter transition overall in the rest of our grief work and the rest of our relationships, because that's just how the universe works. Usually is one spot, like one sore spot, where I actually heard this. Somebody said a wound can heal without the infection being cured. And that's what happens a lot of times. Over time, the wound will heal. Like, the body is a system and it's programmed to heal itself. However, if you didn't clean out that infection, it's still going to hurt when you touch it. So it might be healed, it might be, skin over it or a scab or whatever. But every time something happens, it's a trigger. And it's just kind of digging yourself into a deeper hole. So I'm not going to talk forever. It was a very quick and clear message. Show them who we are. They know who you are. Now show them who we are. It was very clear. I just had to shut my mouth off that one. So I hope that message resonates with you guys. I know that forgiveness is a very difficult topic. Even for me, that's usually not something that I talk about because I don't feel qualified. But this message right here, I just felt like, sometimes when you hear things in certain verbiage, it's like, wow, it really stuck. And that really stuck with me. Show them who we are. They know who you are, but show them who we are. Show them the love that your spirit team shows you. I know a lot of times when I do stuff, I came from a Christian background, so I still sometimes feel like I'm going to get in trouble for certain things. I'm going to be like, oh, they going to ignore me. They not going to listen to me. I know they tired of me. And that's just kind of how I feel. But at the end of the day, my spirit team always shows me that they love. Period. That's confirmation. They always show me that they love me, I'm cared about, and they give me lots and lots and lots of grace. So I think as being human, dealing with other humans, it's only right, keying on the clock, it's only right that we show others the same grace that Olodumare, God, the universe, your spirit team, however you identify the higher power, or if you even identify a higher power, if you just identify with yourself or your order, that works too. It's best to show people what that is, what that truly looks like in action. And not only is that going to be beneficial for the people or the collective that we're dealing with, but it's also very beneficial for us because we get to resolve a lot of the issues that we have probably been carrying around for years. That's why it's unconscious at this point. So yeah, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful new moon. This message came straight from Saturn. This is a straight Saturn message, but I'm a Saturn ruler, baby, so you gotta expect it. All right, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful, peaceful, beautiful, joyful, and balanced day, and I'll catch you next time. Stay legendary.